Here we go. What's up, fam? Welcome to Lust, Let Us Speak Truth. I'm your host, Nick. We got the crew on here. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Y'all.
It's been too damn long.
Yes, it has.
I miss you guys.
Ditto.
I miss you guys too.
Teeny.
None of that crying stuff. We're ladies.
I know, right? Y'all been good? Everybody been
Oh,
good?
yeah.
Busy,
Getting
but
ready for the holidays.
Yes.
good.
Ooh, I can't wait for the rest of the year to be done. This is the
Well,
time.
we at the rest of the year. This is it.
I want it to be done. I want
Oh,
January
man.
1st to start.
You ready for the whole 24 to come on?
Yeah. I'm over it.
Okay.
You know, my birthday is December 27th, 2 days
I
after.
was gonna say you a Christmas, right?
Yeah.
At Christmas, baby.
uh-huh.
Just be over. We don't celebrate anymore. We just count the years.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm gonna celebrate when I'm double nickels. I will
Okay.
double nickels.
That's next year, ain't it?
Don't age me. Don't put me in your boat,
That's
56.
jerk.
I said, what is telling?
All right, y'all. Today we're gonna talk about cheating versus open relationship. So
Okay.
my question is, why don't folks have a conversation when they're in a relationship? Talk to your mate and see if they're open to having an open relationship instead of just cheating on them.
Because people lie. That's
They do.
why. It all starts with you have one person. See, a lot of people don't understand is you have a person that's in a relationship, and then the other person may not be in the same relationship you're in, even though they're present. People lie. People's integrity is completely shattered. So sometimes people don't want to have those conversations because it reveals their truth. That's why. Like, people lie, people cheat, people steal, and then you have people that want to be in these relationships, and then the other person is just not there. If this is the thing, if a person wants an open relationship and another person wants a committed relationship with that one person, the person with the open relationship, that person's not ready for that type of relationship. So why even enter in? Unless the person that wants that committed relationship is trying to change the person that wants the open relationship. But a person with an open relationship and a person with a
What about
that doesn't have that mentality on that relationship, that's just not gonna work.
But I think 80% of the time that I'm gonna say 60% of the time when someone tells that person, hey, I want an open relationship, that person is looking to change that other person.
Exactly. Exactly. But why do you want an open relationship? Because that's the real question that's gonna come out. If somebody comes into a conversation and they say, hey, I've been thinking, I want an open relationship, the other person is gonna say, why? And then that other person immediately,
I think it should be immediate. I think it should be upfront. That conversation needs to be upfront, not a year after you're with that person, to let that other person choose to see if they're okay with that or not.
And that's true. I totally agree with you, Nikki. However, we don't live in a world that's like that. People accept lies quicker than they accept anything
that's
else.
the
So
truth.
they'll go for a lie before they accept anything else, because they are fearful of being hurt.
Well, I know this couple. I forgot what it's called, y'all. I'm very bad with wording. Polyamorous.
Polyempathy. Oh,
Polygamy.
Polygamy?
Yeah,
no,
it's
she's not
not.
polyamorous.
We are non-monogamous, and
Oh,
you have.
Polygamous relationships,
So I know this
right?
couple. Well, I don't know them, but I have you guys remember Fuel, right? LA.
yes.
Um, he knows this couple who ride like that. They have it. They teach people about this, about having a non-monogamous relationship. and they've been together for a long ass time. They actually have they have a website for teaching it, but you have to have a different mindset. And so, for instance, they have several children, right? So when she wants to get pregnant, they stop outsiders, and it's just them two. And then she gets pregnant. He's pretty much with her during the pregnancy, but if she needs some space, he needs some space. Oh my goodness. If she needs some space or if he needs some space, then she'll tell him go ahead and go out. She'll allow it. And so he'll go do his thing. He'll come home. They never talk about it. They never
But
talk
that's not
about
a polygamous relationship. That's an open relationship, because the polygamy relationship, everybody, they're like sister wives. They know about each other. They live with each
Yeah,
other.
they're
They
together.
kicking it with each other. They're all together. They're a group of people that like to be together. Like they're in a relationship together.
I'm
If
saying
he's
open.
getting passed, yeah, he's getting a pass to do whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna just say this. I'm not built like that. I couldn't handle nothing. Like I could not handle that. I need a traditional relationship with a traditional man that's gonna take care of me while I take care of him, and and however that traditional relationship for him and I work out. But
Right.
I just couldn't. I could not be okay. Like I'm not the sharing type.
It's more of well, let me say this. Welcome, Trav.
Hi,
Hello,
Travis.
hello.
Hey,
Why
bedroom mechanic.
why are you
Mechanic.
throwing down on the podcast? No one
Oh
wants to
man,
see you throw down. You need to push that shit to the side.
here's the thing about that. You might not want to, but there's a lady somewhere that has a man that does not eat properly, so she can watch me while I join in, and I can help him because most guys don't know how to eat properly. So I'm trying to help. I hold a fork in a special way. I'm not normal, so therefore, let's carry on. And I don't know what I missed, but let's go. Hey,
Well,
ladies, how you doing?
you look like you robbed 7-Elevens, but go ahead.
Yeah, like he was with Cleo setting it
Yeah.
off.
You just pull up from
Hello, hello,
Child,
Tootie.
you.
Huh?
all right, Chad. We're talking about cheating versus open relationships.
It's all the same.
So
I mean, if you think about it, cheating and open relationships,
it's
if
not the same. Cheating is you're doing it behind their back. Open relationship is you're
You
having
give
a
him
conversation
permission.
and you're getting
No,
permission.
what I'm saying is, I get it, but neither one of them work. They all fall apart, both of them.
I mean, to be honest with you, both of them is one person or is sleeping around or doing whatever they are, either attaching themselves to other people.
I'm old school. I don't like to share.
That's not for me.
Not for me. Okay, so my next
What if
question.
the guy had a lot of money?
It don't matter. Money don't mean shit.
Money
To
don't
who?
stop you from having STDs.
Money.
And money can't buy happiness.
It can rent you some.
Rent
It
you
may
what?
give you some temporary relief, but
It
temporary
can rent
relief
you.
off of permanent situations is never a good. That doesn't equal well.
That's really
Trav,
good, Nito.
it'll rent you what? Oh, he
Huh?
knows what. It'll rent you
I'm
what?
about. It can rent you some.
That's
Nothing.
no.
He
What's
finna
the
say some
question,
stupid
Nick?
stuff.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It'll rent out some coochie. Okay, anyway. So Trav always says men can cheat because they don't love like women, but women can't cheat because it ruins loyalty. What
Ruins
kind
it.
of shit is that? And make it make sense, Travis.
Okay, because that's
I,
that.
there's some
Honest,
truth to that.
the honest thing about it is that that's what that's the thing that we cherish. Outside of the Western culture, in other countries, I mean, they're believe it or not, they're more Muslim than there are Christians by numbers. So in that culture, a woman's chastity, the fact that she's a virgin, is more important to those men. So us as men, that's more important. The loyalty of that, like if I my thing is to provide and protect. I've said that 1,000 times. the reason men cannot recover from cheating of a woman is because I'm protecting that. When and the way sex is, when a lady has to give her body away,
Mm-hmm.
you have to allow a man to do that. So when you do that, that guy can never, he can't return from that. He gets some guys that'll go along and act like they're cool just for the sake of the family, but that it scar him so deep he can't handle it. I don't care what any man tells you. If he loves the woman,
Would
I
you
think that's true.
would you be with would you be with a virgin
of course,
with everything that comes with it?
of course,
You would.
wouldn't
Like,
think
I
twice.
believe him because it aligns with everything that Travis says and does.
so there's
Because
that.
Travis that aligns with how he operates. It's my ship. If you don't like it, you get off. Being a virgin for Travis means that he's able to train
Control.
who he wants and how he wants her to be.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that is exactly what Travis wants because he knows what he can get out of it.
And what if she ended up, or let's just say she didn't cheat, she didn't have sex with nobody, but someone was in her ear and she started developing in today's world self-love.
In independence, that's where
Here's the
they're
thing.
that's
Here's the thing with that. I hear what y'all are saying, but the worst part is that when you got any cracks in your relationship, those cracks are going to be tested. So if she can allow someone to get her ear and get her, if they get her ear, they'll get her mind. If they get her mind, they'll get her heart. If they get her heart, they'll get her pussy. That's period.
Mhm.
There's nothing you can do about that as a man. So if somebody gets her, then the way things are done in the West where we are, you can't. It's such a big thing. Even if you had a virgin, you're probably not gonna be able to keep her over time because the call of the wild, the fact that other women are telling her to do this, do that, it's gonna seep in. You won't be able to get away from that.
Honestly, I'm 51 years old and I know one person who is a virgin, who was a virgin, married their high school sweetheart, had 2 kids by that person, and are still together. She's never been with nobody else.
Which is very rare in these times and days.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
And she's gorgeous, and people constantly try to holler at her, and she never would.
I
She's
mean,
very, very, very loyal. But I do
That's
think,
because they have a good friendship and relationship, and that's where her loyalty lies. But if it's one of those things, kind of like on again, off again, then you know. But they have a good relationship, and that's why both of them are so dedicated to each other because they have a good relationship.
I
Like
have,
they
And
like
to add, and to add on to what Tootie was saying, they're not just in love with the idea of being in love. They're truly in love.
and they like each other as people, and that's the big difference.
yeah,
Because you can be with somebody you can't stand, but they actually enjoy each other. So that's why they don't have a problem staying together because they enjoy the person that they're with.
right.
yeah, but see, everybody has ups and downs and good times and bad times. And what happens is when you have two people that are committed to the same goal
Mhm.
and they actually love each other and they're in love with loving one another and they're loyal to not just themselves but to each other and the commitment,
Mhm.
then you have that outcome of the purity and the organic relationship that they have that they carry. That's real, and a lot of people don't get that.
you know what's amazing, y'all? I listen to y'all, and we've done a lot of shows together, and which is cool, and I really enjoy it. It amazes me the things that you all say, and men don't even feel anything like that. It amazes me. Y'all are saying the same thing from fucking Hallmark cards, and guys don't feel like that.
What do guys
They
feel?
don't.
What do guys feel?
They don't. Like y'all say shit, and we're good friends and all that. He's not her fucking friend like that. He loves the. He has made a decision that no matter what, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna take care of. I'm gonna go in this direction. It's a duty that I have to fulfill. It's like a soldier with a mission. I
But
have
did
to
I
do
not
this.
say that? I said
No,
that
you
you
did.
have
No, no, no.
people that
Go
But
ahead.
that's not all the way true, Trav, because they could be great friends. Because normally, if you're not friends with your mate and you're just there because you somewhat, you're supposed to be, then that's when the cheating and the mental starts playing games on you. And he's
Ladies, men are
not a cheater.
ladies, men are not your friends. Your husbands are
Wait,
not your friends.
Trav,
They're
I
not.
totally disagree with that. That
Okay.
I think that you're taking your own personal
No, I'm not. I talk to men.
personality. Hold on, baby.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
listen, listen, sweet cakes, sweet cakes. Listen, I think that the way you think is what I want to say is what you gravitate towards. You want to think for every man, and you cannot do that. You can't impose your thoughts and your feelings how men think. Now, don't get me wrong. It's probably the men that you're talking with and talking to, or the group that you're hanging around. But every man don't think like you.
Okay, so let me
Or
ask you a
every
question.
person, should I say?
Directly to you, Tanya. Let me ask you this. Do you think that how many men out of 100, and I'm gonna ask you directly, if he could get away with it, a 35-year-old man would sleep with a 17-year-old girl? How many?
You use
Ugh.
the age
Just answer the
35.
question.
Hold
Huh?
up, 35. You said 35. That's under me. That's a child.
No, no, no. I'm asking you, he's a grown man. He'll be prosecuted for that action. I'm asking you, out of 100 men, a 35-year-old man, how many you think will sleep with a
Depending
17-year-old?
depending on that young man's personality
Okay.
and
It has nothing to
mentality.
do with
Hold on, I'm
personality.
sorry, not personality, but mentality, where that young man is today. So I don't try to get me
God,
to
I
say
cannot
out of
believe y'all.
35, I mean 35 years old, out of 100, maybe 40. No, you're not gonna
I
get me
don't
to say
think that
that.
is
I'm not
even
gonna
the
get
realistic number.
I'm
If
not
you,
gonna get you.
I'm gonna
I'm
tell
not
you,
gonna
I'm gonna say this. If there was a 35-year-old man and there was I'm gonna say 18 because I'm not playing with no kids and I'm not playing with no minors. But if there was a 35-year-old man and there was an opportunity, 100 men that were 35 and there was an opportunity for him to be with an 18-year-old, I would probably say two. And this is why I say two. No, and this is why, because at the age of 35, what does somebody want with someone that young, right? A lot, and we're talking about we're talking about 100 out of 100 of them. And then in addition to that, it's like people not walking around with integrity anymore to know like this is wrong. Like
That could be
that don't
a
even
child. That could
yeah,
let
be
me
that's what I'm
let me
saying. That's a
no, no,
child. Like
no,
I'm not even
it
gonna
is.
play with stuff like that. But I would say out of 35, out of 100 men that were 35 years old, I would say maybe two of them would be like, oh man, I could talk to an 18-year-old because those are fucking creeps.
Depending
Okay.
on the mentality.
I'm gonna say
If you
this.
got listen. You all are
I
answering.
think that out of that number, 100 men, and I'm gonna ride with you, Nita, and say 18, because 17, that's molestation. So I'm gonna say 18-year-old woman, uh, and 35-year-old men, and out of 100, I say 70 of them gonna get some. And I'm saying that because it's no attachment. Because you didn't say they were gonna marry him, you just said sleep together,
No, no,
correct?
no. What I'm saying is, Tootie, thank you. Out of 100 men, if they and I'm dropped the number to 17 purposely because I want you all to understand something. I hear the things you say, ladies. If you really, really, truly knew how men feel behind closed doors, you would be so surprised. You're saying 2 men out of 100. It's not about integrity. One of the hardest things a man,
Men
one of the
are
most. No,
chasing
no, no.
it
And
in
she
case
said 70.
their sexual feelings.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
That's what I'm saying. If there's no relationship basis, and these are just, oh, I'm gonna hit that. Yeah, 70% out of that 100, I definitely
Right.
believe.
I'm
So
gonna give you.
and if that's the case, 70% of those 100 men are fucking pedophiles and creepy and will fuck
See,
their
see,
kids.
that. Well, but
Absolutely.
listen, okay, this is what y'all don't understand. You're giving me rebuttals and saying what they are. I'm telling you
yeah,
what lays inside of men that you don't know. What I'm saying is, for a man not to do that, if he thought he could get away with it, there's a fine line. I would say out of 100 men, if they could get away with screwing a 17-year-old girl and nobody would know about it, and he would never face any charges or anything, I believe 80% of those men would do that.
And
That's-
I believe, wait a minute, because I want to say I ride with Trav on this because it's happening today. You know, it's happening within our society today. However we look at it, whatever names we want to call, it still happens. So I agree with Trav on that.
So when I say this, ladies,
well, look at Hugh Hefner. Look at all the. Look at all the.
Yeah.
ladies,
and that's what I'm looking at. Like that's been happening for years.
See, a lot of the time, like I'm sorry, Tootie, but a lot of that is about money. So you got these 18-year-old girls who are looking for a sugar daddy.
I get it. I get it. Ladies, you have ladies on OnlyFans that are making $400,000 and $500,000 a year. Women aren't paying them, and they're young girls. Older men with jobs are getting those subscriptions to those ladies. What I'm saying is, y'all, I don't knock anything y'all say. I can't about women because y'all know better about being a woman than I do. But one thing I do know, the desires of men, what men think behind closed doors, how they talk when they're not around women, the way men talk to me when they're not around a group of women is completely different than what you all will ever know.
So, and that takes me back to the fact that what people do doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to take this fantasy and make it a reality. Like, we have to understand that we could talk about it, and people live in these facades, and people live in these fantasy worlds. It's like, oh yeah, this is good, I'm gonna tell you, most likely the time they're lying or over exaggerating. But when you take these things or these fantasies and you try to make fantasies into realities, that doesn't usually add up into good situations. I'm just saying, like, it just doesn't. And that's, it just doesn't sound realistic. Can it happen? Yes. But realistically speaking, logically speaking, guys that talk to guys all day, that doesn't mean what they're saying about whatever sex escapades or whatever they're doing really truly happened. But I'm saying, like, it's just a lot of times people live in these fantasy worlds and, daydreaming about this, that, and the other, and then they're sharing it with you. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's real.
I don't see, and I get what you're saying, Nita. I appreciate you saying that. What I'm saying is, I don't really get into their stories. I get into the logic of what they're saying, because when somebody's by themselves and their shoulders slump and they get an opportunity to really talk, they say things. And I'm talking about men. They feel ways. They say things. One of the first things that Kevin Samuel said that people didn't like was men don't want to take care of other men's kids. Well, the truth of the matter is, I've heard this growing up for years. You heard people saying things like happy wife, happy life. You heard men getting told things like, a real man will step up and take care of somebody else's kid. Don't say shit like that, because guys don't really feel like that. Not in their hearts.
Well,
but they say that because they've been told that, and they said, well, if I got to do this, I dig it. I'm not saying that a single mother is not worth dating. There are some that are truly worth dating. I will say that. But I am saying this. Innately inside of us, men, they're so different from, we're still so primitive internally.
Let me ask you this, Trav. Let me ask you this. Why? Okay, because this is something that I heard from you in previous podcasts. You said that men value loyalty. So men can do whatever the hell they want because it's their shit.
I didn't say that.
You said men can cheat, but their women can't. Yes, you did.
What I said was, and I'll say this again, a guy that can get women. See, I hear guys always say, you get those beta guys that say, I don't cheat. I don't cheat. I don't cheat. Him not cheating. Tanya,
in my cheaty voice, real niggas don't cheat.
Yeah, I get that. No. real men that have the ability to cheat and don't cheat. Now you're doing something. That's the equivalent of a man that has money, not buying another car, not buying another house. When he says, I don't need that and go home. I'm telling you the truth. A guy that can't get no woman can't tell you about cheating. He can't get no pussy anyway. He talking shit. He's just talking shit. He's white knighting to make you feel good. He can't get no pussy anyway.
I'm gonna ride with Trav on this. Because I don't know what men say behind closed doors. You know, Trav would know better than I do. You know, so I'm a kind of ride with Trav on this.
And the last thing I'll say, ladies, on the cheating bit when it comes to that, if you get a man that doesn't cheat, it's for a reason. It ain't because he don't want no pussy. He's doing it because he might not want to go through the bullshit he's been through. Might not want to hurt your feelings and have you all toe up and the house toe up. His why, it's got to be like a gambler or a guy that's addicted to drugs or somebody that's been to some type of rehabilitation.
Why
If he
can't he
doesn't,
just be the guy that doesn't cheat because he has the integrity to stand on what he's committed
you
to,
keep
and
talking
he's just
about
not gonna
integrity.
cheat?
but
Nita,
hello,
Nita,
Trav.
That's what it is.
Nita, a man that doesn't cheat, that can get women. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you from men that this don't go
I don't
away.
believe that's all men. I don't.
Let me say something because
I
I
don't.
wrote
Then why is the porn industry make billions? It ain't all for women.
Trav, hold up, because I was riding with you, bro, and you lost me. You fucked up. Listen.
You fucked up now. You know, I'm fucked up now.
You done fucked up. Listen, listen, all men do not think like you think or like your friends think.
That's
or
all
like
I'm trying. I agree with you, Tanya.
or the men that you talk to or talk with. You know,
That's what
men, true men stand up and take responsibility and stay in the relationship and don't think about anybody else.
Oh my
That's
God.
a real true man.
That's what a woman told you to say.
You think because a man got a dick, he gotta be he wants to use that dick.
Y'all, it ain't got nothing to do with that. The two biggest desires that a man ever had is to eat food and have sex. You're thinking like women, and I understand that because you all are women on the panel. I'm telling you shit that other men will never say it because they don't want to get canceled. They don't want their wives to leave them. They don't want them to know that I goddamn the man that sits there, he'll tell you some bullshit, and that same man will have been jacking off in the bathroom before he talked to you. He's lying.
Okay, don't cry. But look here. Look, Gary Coleman, let me say something. So is it fair to say that you yourself cannot commit to a serious relationship?
No, you're not. Did you?
I'm just asking you a question.
No. Listen to what I just said. The shit that I've been through. No. I'm gonna talk about myself now, not other men. The shit that I've been through, I don't want to deal with all that shit no more. I'm saying if you get a man that's not gonna cheat on you, he's got to have a why. If he ain't got no why, he'll do it. Now his why might not be, I don't want to be without Tanya. I don't want her to hurt. I don't want her to be sad. I don't want her to find out. But whatever his why is, it has got to supersede that feeling that he will get from that new vagina at that moment.
I agree.
And his why's got to be bigger than that. That's all I'm saying.
I get that. Yeah.
Okay.
Agree with that. Okay, let me ask you this, Travis, because you know you're big on you're number one, you're a man, and you're big on the whole loyalty thing. So you have a woman. I'll
Correct.
give you a scenario. You have a woman. You guys are super duper tight. You guys are close. Well, I'm not even gonna say this for you. I'm just saying in general for men.
No. Just go ahead. I'm cool.
You guys are super close. She's doing everything right. But there is something that's drawing you to this other woman that keeps flirting with you. How do you control yourself in that moment?
Temptation and lust. Let's hear it.
How do you control yourself?
I just go back to what I said. It's got to be that why that I'm not going to do it because
What if that why?
if she's strong enough to break that why,
Correct. let's
then
say
you gotta
let's say she's
you gotta
struggling
stay away.
to break that why.
You gotta stay away. You gotta stay away from a situation like that.
But what
You
if
got like
what if you were in that situation and something actually happened and you regretted the shit out of it? Would you go back and tell your mate at some point in your relationship, or would you just keep it a secret for life?
well, that's a tough deal. That's a tough deal. Because if you have been a cheater, you've done things wrong in relationships, as I have, I'll admit that. And then you go back out into the world and you say, I'm not gonna make this decision. Because not God, the devil's gonna test you when you make that declaration in your life.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna test you. He's coming. Sooner or later, he's coming. So when you make that declaration in your life and then he tests you, you got to be strong enough to understand that this is coming and say, I'm gonna get out of the way of that. Now, if let's say I fail to
Temptation.
temptation, I fail to temptation.
Uh-huh.
Um, at this point in time,
Mm-hmm.
and me and this lady are locked in, like we together, right? Nick, we together.
Right,
Like
right,
we sitting on the same toilets and eating out the same refrigerator.
right, right.
At that point, I probably now I would have to tell her if I failed because it would eat me alive over time because I made that declaration as I go forward. If once me and her sit in the same house and we with each other like that for real, like I ain't gonna do no bullshit no more. I just don't like all the shit that it brings. You know what I'm saying? Just now at this age.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
what do a woman have to do to keep a man from cheating?
You know
Because
what?
Uh,
see,
Woman
because
stop
I
it.
want to. What? I'm
A
sorry.
woman, a woman cannot stop a man from cheating.
That's what I was about to say. She can't stop a
So,
man from
No,
cheating.
and
there's
then
nothing. There's nothing. There's
it's nothing.
nothing.
so I'm looking for a guy, right? Just say I'm looking
Okay.
looking for a guy.
Okay.
So what I should do is ask him, give me
Mhm.
all the reasons why you wouldn't cheat on me.
If you,
Is that what I should?
I promise you, Tanya, the next time you get a guy you like, and y'all
Mhm.
sitting down at dinner, say, hey, check this out. Because if you say, what are my deal breakers? And the first thing you say, Tanya, is don't cheat. And he turns and says, I ain't gonna cheat. You ask him why he's not gonna cheat. If he ain't got no good reason, he'll get a whole mountain of pussy. I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
But what if he says, "Girl, I wouldn't cheat on you because I want to be with you." Like that's
No,
it.
that's not that. See that those are Hallmark card responses.
Right.
He's got to give you something of substance. He got to tell you that they took my kids away. I gave this woman $250,000. I got to watch somebody else. Somebody else was around my kid. He's got to give you some actual things that happened to him.
That
He
happened.
can't tell. He's got to tell you that I came back home. I got the claps and I gave my wife the claps. He got to tell you something like that. It's got to be something real. He can't give
Yeah.
you no watered down shit because it ain't gonna work.
Not the clap. He said the claps.
He did.
Well, in the third world country, it's the bullhead clap. But let's keep going. Let's carry on.
Oh wow. All right.
I hate him.
Bullhead clap.
Every time.
But
Every time.
What do you mean, Tootie? What happened?
We always hate him. He always say
Tootie,
something
wait a minute.
crazy.
Did you change your name to Tootalicious?
Absolutely, I am.
Lord must.
So,
You said you called the right one.
Trav, can you expound on the your name today, bedroom mechanic? Can you expound
Oh,
on?
that's in I'm paying homage to this guy I used to work with. He passed away, and he used to always talk about that he had to go home and work on his wife, and we used to call him the bedroom mechanic. So I'm paying homage to him tonight.
Okay.
so in other words, what that means is I am canceling the ex Trav. I'm a newfound man, and this is my bedroom.
And tell me, I don't want them to know it's me for real, so I'm gonna put this hoodie and these glasses on because I look like I
No,
just robbed
no,
the bank
no,
of
no, no, no,
Cleo.
no, no.
He's putting
I
his.
get so much flack from this our panel and show. It's ridiculous. I get a host of it. So
That's okay. You're a
That's
realist.
all right.
No, y'all,
Exactly.
Our baby
I
brother, so we got you.
ladies, I'll say this, and I love being on here with y'all. I swear I do. It's therapeutic for me. But ladies, I promise you, I don't say things just to say them, and I promise you, the stuff that has been seen, that the way men really feel about things, the way men feel like I got to be politically correct today. They're doing that, and I hate it because those guys really are really putting on a show, and they're doing a good job. A lot of guys stay in that, but man, if you like, that's when you hear those cameras and those football coaches say things. Those is when you hear Donald Trump say grab him in the pussy and all that. That is what guys are really saying. And it was locker room talk at first, but you can't talk like that because there's a camera everywhere. There's a smartphone. There's a somebody recording everything you say.
Mm.
So when you get a racist person give a racial slur or derogatory term and it comes out, man, that's what it is. And people are so appalled. Oh, so I ask this question a lot of times: how many men do y'all? Let me say this real quick. If a man could have his wife, his kids, take care of them, they love him, he loved them,
Mhm.
buy a home for that lady, cherish her, love her, never think of divorcing her in his life. And I've said this before, but there was a little red button in the corner, imaginary button, where he could sneak off 3 or 4 times a year and have sex. 90% of men would take that life and press that button 3 or 4 times a year and come back home like nothing happened. Now, most women, when they're tired of the bullshit, they ain't even looking for that. They don't even want that life. But guys do this, and women say when they hear a man say that, they're appalled. Y'all, I'll say it again. Men are
Yeah.
still primitive.
Trav, do you believe men have periods?
Oh my God. What kind of question is that?
Just the mental, not the bleeding. Do you think men have go through an emotional?
I can say this to you, Nick. OMG, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's an agenda where you all want us to be like you. No, we ain't got no goddamn periods.
Y'all motherfuckers do, cause
Yeah,
y'all,
y'all do. Y'all go. Yeah,
y'all
y'all
act
got
like
You guys have
y'all act
moods.
like
You
assholes.
hormone
definitely
changes.
do.
You
You
have
do.
hormone changes.
That's exactly what it is. So
You
read about.
know,
You gotta.
well, a feminist made it. Let me tell you what his hormone chain is. When the boy's nuts are heavy and he's been sitting on them all day and he want to relieve them, that's what it is. The boy's mind, he's backed up. He's
That's not
got
true.
TB, testosterone backup, and he
Mm-mm.
needs to relieve himself.
You can fuck every day and still be a bitch at the end of the month.
Oh,
We said, well, wait a minute. Snoop said that. Some of these niggas look just like you, and some of these niggas is bitches too. What are you saying? Are you,
Well, so we like to ride on them.
are you kidding? What's going on?
what's going
Oh
on?
my god, Tootie, what are you doing?
I don't know. She's closest to the camera.
I'm stressed out holding this phone. I get pink and fiddle on my face.
Wait a minute.
You
Wait a minute. That
what do
remind me of Ro. Hey, Tootie. Tootie.
you what are you getting? Are you getting? And she patting her hair, getting stuff out of her
I
face. What the
feel
hell is going
stressed
on?
out because my damn computer won't pick up the Zoom, and I've been sitting here holding this phone. I
Tootie,
don't
get a
have a
pillow.
tripod and
Get a
shit.
pillow.
I'm stressed out.
Tootie, get a pillow and prop the phone up and let it
That's
lean
what I
against.
used to do. Get a book or something.
Listen, y'all, we ain't gonna stop here. But
Till next time.
we gonna stop recording. I love
No,
y'all.
don't let it. I need to say something before we go to my
Okay,
people out there.
Oh
Listen,
shit.
go ahead.
um, I want to tell the people out there one thing, and we're gonna get back on track with our panel. And I want y'all to stop saying if so much, if this, if that. And I want you to remember this: if a frog had a glass ass, it wouldn't bust when he goddamn jumped. So it's like ifs and buts and candies and nuts and all that stuff. Stop saying if. I don't want to hear men say if anymore. If I did this, I would get up and go get it, fellas. Please do that, and shit'll be better. And the last thing, your problems are your problems. Your woman's problems are your problems. Her problems are not yours at all. I don't care what any man tells you. She is a helpmate. She's not the primary. Until next week. I love you.
And we're out, y'all.
Did he say if a frog had a glass ass?
I did. It
A
bust
frog
when
had
it
a
got.
glass ass.
Yeah, I did say that.
See y'all
Finish that.
Monday.
I need all of it.